What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Monique, and I'm back with another video. So as you can tell, the volume's up really loud because I actually got my microphone to work to do ASMR. So the last time I did a video, I whispered a lot, but I didn't have it on the full ASMR setting. So now it's on the full ASMR setting. This is all just a test, so I apologize if it doesn't work the way I thought it would, but we're just gonna test it and see how it goes, you know what I mean? So today I have some Burger King. I have a Whopper with fries, and then I got some daikon radish from the Asian store with some cucumber, diet soda, and of course my noodles. My huge bowl of noodles. So now I'm going to, I need to move this over a little bit, okay. So I'm going to today go over the pricing and everything of lip filler. Well, I never know what I'm gonna do or what I want to do. Actually, I'll save that for another video. So I'm gonna do part 2 of my exes. Okay. I did 8 miles again today, and I'm very, very, very tired, but I have homework to do, so I can't eat that much. Yesterday, I got IHOP and I ate the whole 2 pancakes. You guys didn't see it because the video, I just cut it short, so that way I didn't have to make 2 videos, but I ate 2 pancakes. While I was testing the microphone, I ate them and I didn't post the video because it was kind of weird, so. Okay, so we're gonna start with the last person that I ended on was S. So now I'm with J, and before J was R, and before R was S. So we're just gonna backtrack, and the one before S was I. And I was actually married to I for, I would say, about 6 years. But I was willing to stay with him if he would have been willing to stop drinking, because when we met, he asked me to marry him like immediately, like 2 weeks after I met him, and I figured, you know, it was for his papers, and pretty much it was, because we got in fights and then we kind of agreed, like, I don't know. I didn't completely not care about him, but I apologize, my fiance's here and he's kind of being loud. But anyways, I didn't completely not care about him, but it's a very complicated situation because I was very, I want to say toxic as well as he was, and I was trying to get better, but he was not wanting to. So it was hard to tell if we would have, like, if we actually loved each other, if we would actually succeeded, because we were both toxic people. We both drank. We both did a lot of things that just were not healthy. So I would have never known unless, like, if we were gonna make it, unless we stopped drinking. And I told him, I'm losing weight and I'm gonna stop drinking. And he told me he wasn't ready to do that, so I was like, peace out. So that was the end of that. There was a lot of things, that I'll do for story time that happened in our relationship that I think people should know. But so I was married to him, but before him, I was with another guy named M, who I was with for maybe like 2 years, but technically longer, but at the same time it wasn't, because he got deported to Mexico more than once. So he wasn't even here. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, we were together, but at the same time, he was in Mexico, so... And I waited for him, but I realized, like, that's another reason, too, why I made, well, I didn't make it, but why I agreed for I to get his papers, because there was no chance, if he was going to be getting deported and he wasn't legal, there was no chance for us to be anything. So I was just like, okay, let's see what happens. So that's why we did his papers. But M got deported many times, and I was just, it wasn't that serious, our relationship. And before him, before M, there was J, another J. But I don't know how to explain that relationship, because I just told him, like, I don't think that this is gonna go anywhere. He was very clingy. Honestly, I don't want to say he was clingy, but I was not. I don't think I attracted to him in that way, but I let him know. I didn't like lead him on, but he kind of stuck around for a little bit because he lived with us, and me and my mom and my sister, but he kind of stuck around, then he eventually left back to Puerto Rico. And then that was kind of just you just kind of are in relationships. You're in relationships to see what's, that's what was there, and I just went with it, and it helps you learn what you don't want, So this is kimchi base. I put it on the daikon radish and also cucumbers. It's really good. It's tastes like kimchi. Anyways, and then before him, I was with my son's father. So I know it sounds like a lot, but sorry, I have something in my tooth. But you're not gonna fall in love with the first person you meet, and you might like a lot of people. You might, click with many people. That doesn't mean that they're there for life, that they're gonna be fit to be a lifelong partner. And even if they are, you might not be attracted to them like that. So, honestly, I don't feel bad about it. People might judge that, but whatever. But because I went through all those relationships, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to relationships. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's called Lash Savvy. It's like They gave this to me. I just had an appointment for my eyebrows. It's just the brush. Yeah, yay. Just kidding. I'm thankful. But, so I just went and got a consultation for my eyebrows. They're starting to lighten up. So I will do smaller sub stories, like subcategory stories of each ex, but I'm giving you the gist of my relationship past. So then with my son's father, yeah, he was the most recent one. That was serious. But most of them weren't serious, honestly. I would say only my son's father. Maybe the one I married, just because I would have stayed with him because we are already married. And I would have tried to work it out with him, except for the drinking. So, you know, him and my son's father were the more serious ones. And the guy I'm with now, the rest, no. Sorry. So just so you understand how that goes. And then I think I talked about a friends with benefits. Well, you know, there was another person I was talking to that I guess you can't hear that. This is organic tomato ketchup. Sorry, that was kind of loud. Sometimes I hate tapping because it's so loud and annoying. Anyways, I did have other encounters, I guess. There was this one friends with benefits who some people might say I was in a relationship with, but I was not. I was not. There's a couple, not a couple, but you know, back then I usually I stuck with one person for the most part, but none of it was serious. And I just wasn't living the right way. So I'm not gonna hate myself for my past, because the past is over and I've learned from it. And that's that. The crunchy fries are my favorite. Trying to think of any other boyfriends, but another reason why I left R was because I got something in the mail. No, we're not going to talk about that. Well, he told me. Sorry if that's loud. But no, we're not going to talk about that. We'll talk about the one that was going back to Mexico often. I think he went back twice, because I remember one time where we got home from work and we were staying with a friend. We were roommating with one of his friends from work, and he told me like M got arrested, and I was so upset because I'm like, again? That was the second time. Sorry guys, I'm not used to this. So he said that M got arrested, and I was like upset because it happened before, and I waited for him before for a whole year, and I really waited for him, and I didn't want to wait again. So that's kind of where it ended. I mean, I tried to keep in touch with him. I'd call him to Mexico and stuff, but for the most part, I was done at that point. But the first time he got deported, he was with me. I think we got pulled over. I'm trying to remember. We got pulled over one time. He was peeing, and they didn't arrest him. They let us go. But there was another time, or did he get arrested for that? I'm really trying to think. I think he did. Because he picked me up from work and we were driving, and because he was buzzed like an idiot, he got out to pee, and they stopped us. Well, they were like, "What are you doing?" And they ran his name and they took him, I think, because we just got a new apartment. And excuse me, I remember we just got a new apartment, and I went back to that apartment by myself. I didn't stay there though. I remember having to get all of our stuff out of there, and I remember the green car that we were driving, so I'm pretty sure they did arrest him for peeing. And then, but he shouldn't have picked me up buzzed like that. Like, are you stupid? So that was the first time, and then he came back within a few months. So he came back from Mexico within a few months. He crossed the border with a coyote or whatever. And those are people that help you cross the border because it's very like desert and confusing. People die out there. And if you don't have somebody to show you where to go or how to, can't show you, how to cross or where to cross, you could die. So he was gone for the first time he was gone for like a whole year, actually. And then he finally got saved up enough money to come back. Then he came back, and I was kind of I was waiting for him. And I know because I was with my son's father before that. And I was not having nothing with my son's father. Like, I was done with him. But, like, I would be over there, with my son. And I think I stayed the night one time, and he tried to sleep with me, and I was like, no. Like, I was committed to this other guy that was in Mexico, so I just wasn't having it, and I clearly remember that. So So yeah, and I was already done with my son's father because of other things. Like it was done. I'm taking out the bread, you guys. So when he did eventually come back, I was I don't know how to explain it, because I remember my son's dad getting mad and I had my stuff over there. Because the first time he left, we had an apartment then too, and I couldn't pay rent, so I had to go with my son's dad. And then when M came back, I wanted to go with M, and I went to go hang out with him. And my aunt got mad at me over something stupid. And she was hanging out with us, and she went and told Cisco. She went and told my son's dad that I was with M again or whatever, and he threw my stuff out, which I wanted to be with M anyways, and I wasn't cheating or anything. It's hard to explain because the situation that we were in, very, very crazy, because my son's dad would always cheat on me, and for a while, we weren't on the normal terms that we were when we first met, and when we were really in love, we were just kind of, I don't know, nothing serious. It was just really weird. So he was helping me out, and there was so much going on to put blame on anybody, because he was doing his own thing. There was other stuff going on, and I was doing my own thing as well. It was never the same. So I was cool that he kicked me out. And then I went back to go live with M. I don't know, there was so much craziness going on, because the apartment he was living in was not livable. His toilet didn't flush. It was weird. And then we moved out to go live with a roommate, and we were just living with roommates until the second time he got arrested, and deported. But for me, it wasn't serious. Like, I really did like him, and I wanted stuff with him, but I knew it wasn't gonna happen because he was always getting deported. So one time he choked me, and he told me, "You don't deserve to live." Because we were talking, and I told him I slept with my son's dad. And this was like a long time ago when I was just bad. He wasn't innocent either, you guys. I was just up until now in all kinds of dumb stuff. Like, I should have known better. Like, when you're with people, when you're not good, you're going to be with people that aren't good, and they're not going to do right by you, and you're not going to do right by them, and that's all there is to it. So I told him, because I wanted to be honest and come clean, but he slapped me. And then the rest of the night, and that's not funny, but it kind of is, because I don't know. The rest of the night, he was like kind of crazy that whole night, because he overfed our fish, and our fish were like little goldfish, and they were like this big from overeating, because he kept feeding them, because he was just like going crazy. And then he slapped me, or no, he choked me and told me I don't deserve to live. And I was on the floor with the phone in my hand, gonna call the cops, but then I didn't, because we were doing drugs and stuff. So this was when I was like 19. It was a long time ago. I had my son I was pregnant with my son when I was 15, so imagine, like, I grew up really fast. And I'm kind of glad for that because I learned young, and now but still, it's just better not to make those mistakes because you waste a lot of your time and you can't erase that stuff. Like, I wish that would have never happened. I just wish I would have had like one partner. Things just went downhill when I met my son's dad because we were just a toxic combination, and both of our families had, issues, and I think I don't know. We both were just prone to, doing bad things. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of any more stories about M. Probably not many. Well, I got a few, but I heard things about him too because, like, I don't know. I just heard things happen behind my back, and which is all good, but that's the reason, like, that's a big reason why I was like not serious about it, because I knew stuff. And then he wants to ask me why did I do that to him, or why did I leave him? It's because sometimes, like, guys think women aren't as smart as they are or something. I don't know what it is, but I knew what was up, and it's all good because I was doing my shit too. Not like the whole time, but when I knew and I found stuff out, I was like, okay. But it's not like I went and did stuff like that. It's not like that. It's hard to explain, and I just felt like these people, a lot of situations I was into, I was drunk, I was intoxicated on whatever, and they pursued me. I wasn't like all over nobody's, nothing. The only one I pursued, and I will say I did, was my son's dad because I wanted him, and I pursued him. And I loved him, but he's really the only one that I went hard for. And I forgave the other ones. I wouldn't have forgave them. And I didn't. I just like the crust part, so. We're at 30 minutes. I forgot to say grace. I didn't say yesterday either. Bless us, O Lord, for these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen. We're going to start getting used to that. Also, I want to start reading Bible verses on my channel, because then I can kill two birds with one stone by being able to read the Bible, being able to help you guys, and making a video at the same time. So, I know that's weird. I should have untangled these before I started, because it keeps pulling the cord, making noise. I'm trying to think of any other story times. I definitely have more, but I can hear him talking. So I'm probably gonna let you guys go, okay? Thank you for joining me. If you like my content, if you like story times, ASMR, beauty tips, cosmetic surgery, cosmetic procedures, stay tuned and go ahead and subscribe for more of that type of content. If you're a Christian, subscribe, because I will be getting into that stuff as well. If you like food, subscribe, like my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, thanks, bye.